Yep. Hi, Carl. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Carl. We're here today to talk about pit bikes. I hear that's something you're very familiar with.
Well, Bev, I might have been on the track a few times with a couple of young lads like yourself banging
Hold
bars.
on, hold on. A few times, you never ever stop talking about you being on the track.
Well, dude, at my age, you got to keep the ball rolling. You know what I'm saying?
You got to keep something rolling.
Use it or lose it, dog.
That's never been more true with you. What is the industry of mini motos or pit bikes looking like? In your opinion, is it getting more popular? Is it less popular? Is it a pretty big scene out there?
The last series that I did and won, by the way,
Congratulations.
there was as many as 15 riders at the gate. So just depends on the weekend, but it does appear to be getting pretty popular. Yes, for sure.
That's good. Anything you could attribute that to? Is it the technology on these mini motorcycles? Are they getting better, or is it a culture thing? Like, what would you think is the reason that pit bike and pit bike racing has become so popular?
I think for me, it's the aggressiveness that you can show on the bike. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can probably take a lot more chances on pit bikes and get away with it. You know
Not
what I'm saying?
necessarily worried about breaking your neck or
Yeah,
skying some
that's
150 foot triple. You just get a chance to go out there and bang bars and
yeah,
be more aggressive on it.
right. And
That is, I agree. I would probably attribute it to that too. It's more fun to go as fast as you can on maybe a slower bike than as fast as you can on a fast bike. There are more real consequences. What are some of the accessories that people are really getting into for the mini stuff?
I think it starts out with like getting the bike to fit you properly, more or less like handlebars, maybe get a tall seat, depending if you're short like me or an actual regular sized man like
I am 2 inches
yourself.
taller than you. So, but I get it. So bike fitment is one of the more crucial things.
Yes, for sure.
On top of bike fitment, so what's the second most popular? Like, are people tricking these out like they're tricking out big bikes? I see a lot of big bikes and their wheels and tires and their exhaust.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there that we can get full access to here at Southbound Motorsports. We usually refer like the BBR parts to people. It's better than, we want to keep it local, so we use people that are in the local.
To people listening that don't understand what BBR is, could you shed some light on what BBR is?
BBR has been around for a long time in the moto industry, especially in the pit bikes. They carry a pretty broad selection of parts for all types of pit bikes, actually.
So more than just Honda.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Springs, exhaust. You can get billet case covers. You can get swing arms. You can get just about anything you want to get to the level of riding that you achieve when you're.
That's unbelievable, really. Back in my day, when people were pit biking around, it was a stock motorcycle that you used literally to navigate through the pits,
Yeah.
right? There was no such thing as pit bike racing or pit bike modifications. Like, maybe a guy had an exhaust on there, but it was never something to where people were like big parts or big money. I would, after listening to what you're saying, guess that maybe some people spend more money on their pit bikes than their big bikes.
Absolutely. I have friends that have over $10,000 invested into their CRF 110s, and they can get pretty violent if you want them to,
Sure.
but they're also very fun in their stock form. I kept mine pretty stock. I did a couple things to keep, from stuff breaking easily, like skid plates and the obvious stuff that you get when you're actually using the bike a
Mm-hmm.
little harder than most, right? But yeah, there's a pretty broad variety of stuff you can do to them, and
That's
it's a
super
very
cool.
competitive for even adults. Like,
That's what it seems like the whole industry is about right now, is big adult riders on mini motors. How's the power? Like, as a bone stock motorcycle, could it do a pop a wheelie?
oh man, I mean, I could carry third gear if I had room in here, I would show you. And yeah, it's they're pretty capable of some pretty heavy abuse,
That's unbelievable.
as long as you're capable of backing it up.
And what is the technology? Has it come to a point? I've heard some motorcycle manufacturers for the pit bikes are fuel injected, some are not yet. Is that starting to become more common and popular?
Yeah, to from what I've experienced, the Honda being fuel injection is like a night and day improvement to that motorcycle. They've updated the frame. They've actually built the bike around the improvements of the fuel injection, which is very snappy and super rider friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't have to choke it and turn the gas on. You got a gas light that tells you when you're going to be out of gas.
The
And
technology, that's it's pretty unbelievable, actually.
yeah,
Is there any other manufacturers? I'm not super familiar outside of Honda. Who else is making fuel injected pit bikes?
absolutely no one as of now. So
Whoa.
that's
I wish I
that's
could say I set that up just for TV magic, but that's the God's honest truth right now.
that's the
Honda's the only one.
absolute truth. Yes, great cold weather starts, hot weather. Those bikes are very. They're more than willing to take abuse,
That's pretty dang
and
cool.
for us heavier guys, you just put heavier springs on it. For the kids, you just leave them stock, and they pretty much will cover all grounds. Great for just a bike laying around to have for someone that you want to get into the sport.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's super cool. You're going to get an amount of people getting into it. Maybe they are not ready or don't want to ride or race a full size motorcycle, but just about anybody could hop on a pit bike and have a ton of fun no matter what. That's exciting for the future of our industry, right? Like we need people to continue to stay engaged in motorcycles, and certainly this new segment of pit bikes is picking up all the popularity we were hoping it would.
absolutely.
Well, this has been great. I appreciate your input. We'll see y'all next time on the next episode of Coffee with Carl.
Get her done.